Morning mountain chums, me again today. Today you join me on a bright but brisk end of March morning. There's just a little dusting of snow on the top of Blencathra. Despite the name, we're not actually going up very high today. We're going up the little high Rigg, not to be confused, as I will inevitably do, with high raise. We start by taking the public footpath off to the right here, and up over low Rigg, and then high Rigg. You get the system. High Rigg isn't particularly spectacular itself, but it is amazingly well positioned in the middle of the valley between the Dodds on one side, Bleaberry Fell and High Seat on the other. Behind me is Blencathra. Off over there is Rigg and Skiddaw. Belting. As a route, it's pretty direct from where we've started. We'll go over low Rigg, up towards the church, and then up to high Rigg. But on the way back, we'll be coming down past Castlerigg Stone Circle, which obviously I've visited many times, but we haven't included in a film. And Mark Richards suggests is a good thing to add to this little circuit. Hello, sheep. And there is high Rigg just coming into view. This little pool of water is Tewet Tarn. And Tewet is, I think, Old English for lapwing. Apparently there are coots on here. This Clough Head just to my left, which is always a nuisance to get up. Even though it's not very high, it's only a little over 1,000 feet. High Rigg is still a Wainwright, and for you completists, it is worth doing. From the top on a good day, we might be lucky today, we should get a good view down into Helvellyn, heading on towards Dunmail Raise. Let's go say hello to our horse friends. Hello, horse friends. Hello. Hello, my friend. Hello. Are you coming with me? I think I may have a companion for a little bit. Go on, you stay there. No, I have no food for you. No. Good friend. Good friend. Do you ever get that feeling you're being followed? I'd apparently reckoned without my magnetic personality. Wow, you can see cat bells and the Coaldale Horseshoe. Stunning. It's definitely squelchy underfoot, but sunshine. Oh, I haven't had that for a while. Ah, and I can see the Castlerigg Stone Circle, which we'll be visiting on the way back. And just over the brow of this little col, we should see high Rigg. From this angle you get a very good view of the two main approaches up the hill. The first is directly behind the church, St John's in the Vale, and it is famously quite steep. But Wainwright had another suggestion, which is what we're going to try and do today, which we go a little bit further up to the right, up to a kissing gate, I think, and then it's a slightly gentler approach. The valley off to the left is St John's in the Vale. It's currently in a bit of shadow, but if you choose to, you can go straight over High Rigg, down the other end, and then follow the river along the side. That's one of the ways up, but I think that's the steep one. And given that I'm not really in the mood for steep today, I'm going to carry on a little way where I believe there is a different route up. I think that might be the remains of Wainwright's Kissing Gate. But I can see a nicer route off to the left. Gaining a bit of height. It's not a big hill. Probably going to be at the top before we know it. I was listening to a podcast with Lee Schofield, author of Wild Fell, and he was saying that when we see ferns and bracken on the hills, it's usually a marker of where ancient woodland used to be before it was cleared in the Neolithic era. It's an interesting idea, what the hills would have looked like before they were cleared for grazing and pastoral land. The top of High Rigg is off to the left. I'm hoping this path will take us gently round. But whatever, it's not a big hill. It's not really going to require a great deal of navigation. And here we go. The footpath bends gently off to the left. There you go, that's High Rigg, 357 metres, 1,171 feet, the 6th smallest Wainwright. But I think it's a Wainwright for a reason. The views are amazing. All the way down to Thirlmere, along to Helvellyn, across to Bleaberry Fell. For the way off, you can carry straight on over the other end, or go back the way we came. What we're going to do is carry on a little way until we hit a wall, and then turn right, go down into the valley, and head on back via the Stone Circle. Come on. Okie dokes, it's all downhill from here, apart from the uphill bit. So this path, or path, takes us almost directly south, I'd say, down towards Thirlmere, but we're not going quite that far. We're going to follow the wall that's coming up, and when the wall turns to the right, so do we. It is, of course, important to remember that the weather is always like this in the Lake District, if not better. Okay, it's not all going to be directly beside the wall because this bit is apparently a swimming pool. So we'll just have a little detour and rejoin the wall. And then normal service will be resumed. Squelchy, but with some slightly precarious stepping stones. This is one of those little hills where you keep getting lumps left and right and you think, oh, is that the top? But no, the one we've done is the top. Calm yourselves, all is well. here we come to the perpendicular bit of wall. We'll just see which side of the wall we need to be on, because there's a nice little stile ladder here. Okay, looks like we can stay on this side of the wall. You can see a little green path all the way down. So let's do that. The little wooded hill off to the left, it's another Wainwright, Raven Crag, but it's in the wrong direction for us today, so we will save it for another time. We turn right here down to Shore Bank and Naddle, and then we wiggle our way through footpaths over to the Castlerigg Stone Circle. So not far now, and we're mainly downhill. Come on. If you had parked at St John's in the Vale church, you could carry straight on here, and eventually, thank you, eventually you'll find your way around to the church. We're going to turn left, and then pretty soon we'll be turning right or back onto another footpath. The sign informs me it is 2 miles to Castlerigg Stone Circle. And who am I to disbelieve? The sign says, footpath follows river's edge. And I'm judging by the willows and this bank here that this is actually the river, not the stream that we've just passed. Or passed. Turn right at this crossing here, and there we go. The view is astonishing. This is such a good way of finishing the walk. The snow on the top of Blencathra is starting to melt, but I'm not enormously surprised. Although it's cold, the sun is warm. This footpath takes us up to the road briefly, and then we soon turn right again and head off towards the stones. I say you have to go up to the road. Having got here, I can see there's actually a footpath that seems to cut off that corner. So we can go up that way and save ourselves the road. I say saving the road, but this is enormously boggy, so 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I'd say. Depends if you want to mud dance your way up the hill, or deal with facing cars for 2 minutes. I'm in two minds about it myself. After all that, we're actually going to get to the road anyway. I see what's happened since the OS map was done, certainly the one I've been looking at. A road has been put in. Might have been easy just carrying on up that road. Never mind. I'm not going to pretend that wasn't squelchy, because it was very squelchy. But it's good looking back. It's High Rigg, Clough Head, all the way up to Helvellyn. I think the field just over here contains the stones. According to the National Trust, Castlerigg Stone Circle was built around 4,500 years ago by prehistoric farming communities who settled on the fertile regions fringing the mountains. There are, inevitably, quite a few people about today, but this is what it has looked like on other days. By tradition, it's impossible to count the number of stones, but that's nonsense. There are obviously 39 or 40, somewhere around there, not including the ones in the middle. Anyway, you get the idea. Okay, dokes, we head back to the road. We turn right, go around the bend a little bit, and then follow the footpath to Naddle Bridge. And then we're nearly home. Take care when walking along the roads, obviously. You know, it's well established by now that I'm not your mother, but still. We're not going back the route that we came, which is just there. We're going to go around the bend a little bit, not like that, and then turn right. Here we go, directly towards the bridge, and then the last little bit is along the road. From here we cross over Naddle Bridge and then just follow the meander of the road a little bit up the hill back to where I started. And that's about it from me for today. Thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are. If you've enjoyed this, do please like and subscribe, and join us for another time for another walk in the lakes. Stay safe. The valley off to the left is St John's in the Vale. Oh, hello. Try that again. Oh, it's so windy I'm crying. That and obviously the emotions. My emotions. And who am I to disbelieve such inscribed words? That was not as debonair as one would have hoped.